What's happening, everybody? Joe Bump here, doing my first question and answer ever by myself. I did one with Larry a while back. I hope you all having a great night and hope you guys enjoy. First question I got was from Michael Daltrey at Daltrey01. He asked me what my favorite movie was of all time. It's kind of a toss-up. So I have a few different categories. The best movie I ever thought was made was Jaws. It's probably one of the best movies ever made, in my opinion. Also one of my favorite movies of all time. Favorite kids movie, probably The Goonies. Also one of my favorite movies of all time. Back to the Future I really like as well. Star Wars. It's kind of hard to say. There's a lot of games that I like. A lot of movies that I like. But I would say The Goonies and Jaws probably top two. He also asked me, have I ever been hurt while filming? Yeah, a lot. When you fall a lot, you get hurt sometimes. Especially when you're falling in the woods, it's dark, jumping over creeks, what have you, falling on marbles, falling on ice, fainting, falling down steps with an armor. So that's funny. So, let's see. The last time I got hurt while filming was during the Home Alone episode in for the Christmas series. The very first take we did of us going into the steps, sliding on the ice, I actually went first, and then Jesse fell after me, and I hit on my thigh, hit the top of the step really hard. I kind of sprung forward and dove forward and kind of slid on the ice, and I had a huge bruise like that. It was swollen up and pretty painful. My knee, especially my right knee, is a common occurrence for me. I injured it when I was younger in high school playing football, and it's always kind of reoccurring. I really banged that up that very first the jump I did over the creek in the Ursa series. I really hurt my knee pretty bad on that one. It's probably the first jump, not the second one, but it was pretty swollen for a while. Actually, it's just getting back to normal now, so it's taking a while. But yeah, you get your bumps and bruises, but no major injuries, no, and it's definitely worth the end product for sure. Thanks for the question. Next one is Liam Terry at Liam Tari, or Tammy maybe, Liam Tammy. Best thing about working with Mcjuggernuggets. Watching him, dude. He is an amazing person. So, you have no idea what you're getting into when you're working with him. Like, I was part of the Psycho series, part of it, I say, because my kids were in the babysitting episode. I was in it. I went to Aunt Jackie's house. I fell with the armbar in that one. Actually, going back to the injury, sorry. That was my very first fall I did for Jesse. I rolled my ankle really bad. I really hurt my ankle pretty bad. I was limping for, a few weeks afterwards. Not a few weeks, like a few days. But anyway, back to, sorry guys. Best thing about working with Mcjuggernuggets is just watching him work. He's an amazing person. His mind works differently than everybody else. He's also very smart when he's directing people. So like I had my characters in the series, but he let me kind of expand with it. So in the Ursa series, I was a real scaredy cat and I was really clumsy, and I'm not really a scared person in general. I get startled easily, but other than that, I don't really I'm not like I was in the series. But he kind of lets me go with it. He gives me kind of guidance, but lets me go with it. I get to throw my own one-liners in there every now and then. The things aren't scripted. We don't have a set script. We have points that we have to hit, and he lets us kind of do whatever we want to get there. And I think that comes across as being very natural and being it looks real. It looks like we're not acting that. We're actually that's the way it's supposed to go. So he's also amazing. Any chance he'll follow? Yeah, sure, I'll follow you. I'll have to go back on my Twitter, find your name, because I can't read what I wrote, but I will definitely follow you. Stephen Hormel at Stephen Hormel. How did I meet and become part of Mcjuggernuggets and Larry? I met Larry. I met Jesse through Larry. So I knew Larry from playing church softball with him back when I was 16, so like 22 years ago. And then we through church we hung out a lot. We used to go fishing a lot, and then we actually led a small group, like a Bible study for younger guys. Like adolescent guys, like young teens. Went to Creation a few times, and then I don't know, we kind of lost touch for a while just because life happened. He was older, I was younger. I went away to college. We had different scenes, and then we came across each other again over the last few years, and now we're doing videos and hanging out every week, so it's pretty freaking awesome. I met Jesse through him, I actually met Jesse when he was a little kid. He's probably like 4 or 5 when I first met him. So we used to go over to their basement for the small group with the boys because they had a pool table, they had foosball, they had everything over there. So we would go over there all the time. He probably doesn't remember that though. All right, at Michelle1, Juggy2. During Ursa series, did I ever get frustrated because I couldn't get a line? No. Well, I guess kind of. So if you watch behind the scenes, there's that one episode, the one around the fire where I did get frustrated at one time. It wasn't just one line though. There was a few back to back to back. If you watch, I believe the second behind the scenes for the Ursa series, go back and check that out. You'll see that those scenes. Really, the only time I messed up lines was me messing up lines. Now me messing up is different, but me messing up lines was really only that one time, and that was one of the last days we were filming. Actually, that was Halloween night, and it was a tough night to go film because it was Halloween. So I had this great time with my family and with Carson and Jameson walking around, and then I had to go film from like 8 o'clock till like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. The problem with that is that Carson was he didn't want me to go, and he was just crying and crying and crying, just so sad I had to leave. It kind of broke my heart, so I was kind of distraught that day when I was trying to go over those lines, and it was so bad. The next day, he remembered, he told me, he's like, Halloween was fun, Daddy, but I cried when you left. It was kind of heartbreaking. It's tough, guys. It's tough because I have a life that I have to live. It makes it tough, but I digress. I absolutely love doing it though. Devote pair. Will Larry and I do more challenges? Yeah, of course we will. This is news to us, is a new series that we developed together, which is kind of cool. The challenges we kind of developed together too, Chilling and Growing, I came in on. So it's really cool. Larry's that he's giving me a lot more. It's more of a it's not a partnership. It's his channel. Don't get me wrong. All the stuff that he does, but like with this, we're both contributing equally as far as creativity goes, and it's really awesome because it's a lot of fun. And Larry and I play well with each other. We have a really good chemistry together. I think that's what makes us fun to watch. But yeah, we're definitely gonna keep on doing challenges. Thank you for the question. Caitlin, what's up, Caitlin? What was my favorite series I worked on? Well, my favorite series that I watched that I was technically on was the Psycho series. That was just awesome. But my favorite as far as working on it was probably, it's hard to say, Ursula was probably my favorite because we did a lot of cool things. Looking back on it, it was a really good time. Spent a lot of time, was one of the main characters. So that was cool. But it was a lot of work and a lot of effort, and it was a month out of my life that's completely gone that, I didn't spend. I was, like I said, I'd get up in the morning at 6:30, I'd go to work, I'd drive right over to Jesse's house or Larry's house and spend, and then we'd go to film, so I wouldn't be home until 2 o'clock in the morning, so I was out all day. I would sleep for 4 hours, get up and do it all over again, and we did that, it was a grueling schedule, but it was worth it. The Christmas special I really enjoyed because I love Christmas, and it wasn't as what's the word I'm thinking of? It wasn't as intense. That's the word I'm thinking of. Yes, because it wasn't every day. It was I only had like really one long night of filming. That was the Home Alone one, and other than that, it was kind of it was a few hours here, a few hours there, but it wasn't every day, which was nice. Caden Gamer 226. What do I do in my spare time? I don't really have much spare time, and I'm not just trying to be funny, but I'm serious. When I have 3 kids and a wife, and I work full time, and I get to go over to Larry's house one day a week and do videos, which is awesome. So that's kind of like my release. It's kind of what I do for fun. I don't know what else. I mean, there's I play video games. I play Nintendo with Carson a lot. We go do family activities a lot. I'll grill. I'll use my smoker. I'll make some food on there. It's one of my favorite things. I like to play guitar. My band hasn't gotten together for a while because we're very busy. I also love fishing, but again, I usually go out like twice a year at this point for like Father's Day and my birthday. We go right on the lake, so that's always a lot of fun. All right, Switchy Velso. Adu Gaba, I believe your name is. I might have writing's horrible. If the Christmas series was real, what would I do to help Jesse with his problems? So assuming Jesse is Jesse that's real, and now that I know him and I care about him, I would just let him know how much life is worth living and how great things are, and how much people care about him. Kind of what I did. I honestly, when we were going over, the whole, every one piece is another piece of something bigger. I really truly believe that. I believe that Jesse's, in my life for a reason. I'm in his life for a reason, and I feel that with anybody that I care about that are close to me. So I would just make sure I let him know how much I cared about him, and I let him know that I'm there for him at all times, and I make him come play Nintendo with Carson because that cheers anybody up. Great question. Monique. Is it hard playing someone other than myself? I know that's not exactly what you wrote, but I paraphrased. No, not really. I kind of dig it. It's kind of fun. It's kind of like when you're a kid growing up. You get to pretend for hours on end. You know what I mean? So it's kind of cool, and you can kind of do things that you typically wouldn't do. Like now, I haven't had a chance to play like I would imagine being like Psycho Dad or like Terry in his last series would be kind of fun because you get to break stuff and yell and throw, and I kind of like to freak out. You know what I mean? Like when I do the Salty Santa. I hope you guys knew it was me. During This News is Us, I really enjoy that character because it's a lot of fun for me to play it. But Arcade Drops. Already read your question, bro. Wait a minute. No, I didn't. Arcade Drops. Ian Kane again. Well, whatever. What topping do I get on my pizza? I am a huge fan of bacon and... bacon on my pizza is delicious. Bacon on anything is delicious. But I like bacon and pineapple a lot. That's probably one of my favorites. I also like pepperoni a lot. And I like sausage, but I don't like the mounds of sausage. I like the shredded sausage. If you guys know what I'm talking about, that's pretty damn good. Ben Lambert, Buddy Ben 1267. What is it like doing chilling and grilling with Larry? It's like hanging out with one of your best friends, drinking a few beers and making some food. Half the time I forget the camera's there, except for unless we're doing like ingredients or like sitting down on the couch and talking to the camera. But I think a lot of what's fun with Larry and I are just kind of a back and forth conversation. But a lot of times they're not filming. And we BS and have a good time. It's like that with anything we do with Larry, whether it's chilling and grilling, a challenge, or even This Is News to Us. It's always a good time. Melissa at Candy_Girl1. Was it difficult to get the children to listen while we were filming? What was the most difficult to film? Well, yes and no. The first time they were on it was great. That's when Swifty UAV was in here and he fell and they killed him. The kids did good that time. But the one where I showed Jesse the Santa suit, I think it's Letters to Santa. At one point you see Carson come in and give Jesse $1. That was $1 out of his own wallet. That wasn't scripted. That was just something that happened. Because we had to kind of discipline Carson because he kept on interrupting. There's a lot of takes where you hear him interrupting. I ended up buying him a Nintendo Wii U game, just so like an all Woolly World, to kind of. I said, look, if you're good, the rest of the time we're filming, you can get the game, and he was good, and he got the game, and it's a lot of fun. By the way, Woolly World is a lot of fun for the Wii U. Santa Tracks 20. What's up, Santa Tracks? How hard is it working with Mcjuggernuggets? It's not hard at all. I mean, he is a perfectionist, so sometimes we have to do extra takes, but a lot of times that extra take gets us really good. So it's kind of like practice, and then we nail it. But sometimes we nail it, and then we want to do another take, and we do even better. So it's not hard working with them, other than the hours sometimes. But it's a lot of fun, man. Watching the brain like that work is a pretty amazing thing. Amy Rossling, what's up, Amy? Did I have any favorite parts in the Haunted series and the Christmas series with Jesse? Haunted series, my favorite episode was probably the last one. I just remember going there and filming it, and it just being so exciting. So I was getting ready to go to Disney World. I just got done filming the series. Now you have a lot of free time, and I was literally going to Disney World like 2 days after that. It was like a Thursday or a Wednesday, and that Friday we were going. That Thursday night we were going. So it was pretty awesome. Might have been a Tuesday, but and then the one after that was me, Jesse, Parker, and Larry talking on the couch about the series. That was probably the best because we were just hanging out. But the most interesting was the Insane Asylum. Once that was over and we were out of that building, it was pretty amazing to be there looking back, but it was pretty scary while you were there. And then the factory in Delaware, and that thing was that was a nightmare. That was so scary. The Haunted series or the Santa Claus series, the Christmas series. Was the Home Alone one was just a lot of fun. We were with Larry's hanging out. The only time I was with Larry, actually, the entire series, as far as us filming together. And Jesse and I had a lot of fun just messing around outside. It was a really good time. It hurt falling, but it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of laughs that night, for sure. Eric Romansky, will I be more involved with my channel and YouTube in general? Yes. It's hard to be involved with YouTube when I'm in a series with Jesse, because that takes up a lot of my time. Then I'm doing videos with Larry, and it's hard to do this as well with everything else I have going on. So I am going to be more involved with my channel. I'm going to have more vlogs going on. I might even start fan mail. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet, but I'm going to do some more smoking meats, and there'll be a lot of different things on my channel that there'll be more of it, and me just vlogging in general. So thanks for the question. Renee Myers, have people treated me different after being in the series? No, I don't get recognized very often. I have a few times, and that's always kind of cool. People kind of treat me different, like people that don't understand it are weird about it, like why are you making movies with your friends, but they don't get the fact that it's just something that's it's an amazing time, and we get a chance to express our creativity, and you don't get that a lot when you're 38 years old. Cody King, Cody 23, would I ever be in a movie? Of course I would, dude. I would love nothing more than to be a movie star or to be a YouTuber full time and do this for my living, because not having money is stressful, you know what I mean? And the more successful I am in that, the less I have to worry about making sales for insurance, you know what I mean? Be able to provide for my family, have everything that we would ever need as far as that goes. And just, it would be cool to be in movies, man. Acting is just freaking awesome. It's a lot of fun, and who wouldn't want to be in movies, right? Jason Babcock, was I nervous the first time? That's a personal question, Jason. Oh, filming with no. First time filming with Larry, no. A little nervous, I guess. Maybe a little uncomfortable. With Jesse, I was definitely more nervous the first time. Not kept talking about the series. We're talking about back in the Psycho series when I was in a few of those. I was kind of. It was definitely a different experience, but yes, I was definitely nervous. Kieran Dragonio. Did I think it would go as well as it did? Would I go on tour? Well, I did not. No, I mean, I was in the one episode. That's the last question, by the way. Thank you, guys. I was in that first or second episode of the October series. We went in that abandoned house. And then they asked me to come back at Ursa's house so I can literally jump out. My job was to jump in a creek. They just thought it would be funny. And that was it. It should be that one day. That was a Monday. And then that Tuesday, he called me around 7 and said, hey, man, the reviews are in. Everybody's raving about how, the comedic release and how good a job I did. And it blew up from there. Now I'm a regular on Jesse's channel. So it's kind of crazy, right? It's kind of a whirlwind. But no, I was only supposed to be on it that one day. And now, maybe here and there, but nothing like it was. And all of a sudden, it's every day after that. So it's definitely cool that two things. One, that Jesse is paying attention to what his fans are responding to. But it's pretty cool that you guys dig me, man. I really do enjoy this. And I really love putting myself out there for you guys. I thank Jesse Mcjuggernuggets for letting me have the opportunity, and Larry, most of all, for even giving me a shot on his channel. It's pretty cool I get to do this. Now, when I get to do this for a living, that'll be pretty awesome. And maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. But, I'm going to keep on doing what I'm doing now because it's a lot of fun, and you guys enjoy it, and I enjoy it. And to all you guys out there, I hope you enjoyed the video. Much love to y'all. Till next time, I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace out.